Good morning. And you guys, you know what day it is today? It is Flex Friday. Come on. You guys, today on our show, we have a very special guest.
Today is so special. Today we're actually going to be talking about how could somebody lose 500 pounds? That's insane.
Yeah, on today's show, we will be hosting a very special guest. If you've been active in the Transformation Kickstart Challenge, you've heard us shout her out multiple times and are probably inspired by her transformation journey. Or whether today's your first time that you're tuning in, or perhaps your 200th, guaranteed that today's conversation is going to raise your level of belief in what you're capable of accomplishing. Whether you've got 100 pounds to drop and are just starting out, or whether you're on your last 10. Brooke De La Sala has been an avid ES Army member since March of 2022. Her journey with ENS started with the TKC at the age of 47 when she weighed just over 202 pounds. Sorry, just over 200 pounds at 202. Since then, she melted around 30 pounds of fat and gained around 30 pounds of confidence and dropped 500 pounds of emotional baggage. Brooke's story is real, relatable, and inspiring. And if she can, so can you. So, Brooke,
everybody give a warm welcome to Brooke De La Sala.
Welcome to the show. Flex.
All I can hear is emotional baggage.
Flex.
And cheers. Oh, Flex Friday.
Oh,
come on now.
How are you?
We're doing wonderful. Thanks for joining us today.
How are you doing? What are you drinking?
Fantastic.
What are you drinking?
It's greens and lemon water.
Great. Love that.
Yeah, delicious.
Okay, so I know on today's show, if you're currently doing the TKC and you're on the live audience, go ahead and drop TKC. Now, Brooke,
yes,
we shouted you out on day one, and your story is just real. And you know, the point for having you on this show today is to share with the audience, regardless of where you're at, regardless of where you're starting out, what the possibilities could be. And we're going to be super raw, we're going to be super real. And if you know anything about Brooke by now, she keeps it real, and so do we.
Yeah, you got to mute me if your kids are in the room.
So when you first joined the TKC back in March of 2022, like what inspired you to join it in the first place?
All right, so I had just gotten remarried, and I felt so inadequate in my remarriage, which sounds awful to say, but I felt like I didn't deserve my husband. He is 14 years younger than me. He's in incredible shape. He has no kids. He's never been married. I'm divorced with 5. Like, it was just this complete, like, has this man lost his mind? Like, he's lost his mind. And I lost some weight. And then I don't know if I was complacent or just feeling so bad about myself that it was just kind of coming back so fast. Just, I don't even know what I was doing. I can't even tell you what I changed. It was coming back. And so I go Lasky. And so I happened to come across an Aaron Porta Potty commercial, which
the winner
changed my life. I think honestly, I stumbled across that, and I was in such a weird place for myself that I was like, I'm going to jump in, even though I wasn't ready, was very much not ready, but thought I had to do something. And I came because I came for the entertainment. I came because I thought this is something that I can do that's fun, and I felt like crap, and it was going to be just a nice change And then at the same time, I was like, I have to fucking do something because I can't be married to this man and have people look at him like, why is he with her? And that's where I was at, just why I didn't think I deserved him.
Well, he clearly did not think that because
No,
he married
no.
you. So he clearly saw something within you, right?
Yeah,
And you just felt like you had to unleash it. Okay, so I want to ask you real quick. I want to
yeah.
take a minute to ask a selfish question because
Go
this is
ahead.
something that Aaron and I talked about, and this is like, this is research and development.
Okay.
So when you joined the first TKC, did
Mhm.
you stay on for the entire call for 5 days, or did you feel like the calls were too long?
They got a little long for me
Okay.
because I worked all day and I have 5 kids. And the first two, I was full send. And then by the third and fourth, I was getting up and like listening and doing other things. I did. I did.
Well,
I got
I
I
told
showed
Sri,
everything.
I think we can pack the same punch in less time.
I
Yeah.
think you can. I think you can.
I
Yeah.
just squirrel, you know.
We'll do that next time. We'll do
Okay,
that
I'll
next
come
time.
back.
That's like a very side question.
Yeah, that was a selfish question for me, just because I know you're in it, and I want to ask
Yeah.
somebody who is really in it.
I think they go too long sometimes,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I think yeah, that's my answer.
Fair.
Super appreciate the honesty.
Sure.
I just want to point out one thing that you said that gets a lot of people from taking action is I wasn't
Mhm.
ready. And
Oh,
you did it, and you did it anyways, and look where you are now. So I just
I
want to say
know.
for anybody who's
Yeah,
listening who's like, I don't feel ready for whatever it is, like right now, we're in like the very end of enrollment for the raw, and a lot of
right.
people are like, I need to think about it, I'm not ready. And it's like that's one of those things where sometimes you have to jump and then realize you can fly.
I wasn't ready, and I was unbelievably terrified.
Hmm.
I was terrified of doing the raw,
Hmm.
um,
Why?
because it was an in your face commitment. It was you were in my face. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna do Weight Watchers and I have to go to them and I can come and go, or it's Beachbody. It was you are full send in my face, and you have people that come at me. All your coaches.
Accountability.
Well, yeah, you come at me, and it was like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
And also to pay, suck it up, Buttercup. Like I had to put forth the money, so now I damn well better show up and then be accountable to myself, which is also terrifying because, to be truthful, and I knew it, I've let myself down every other time, or else I wouldn't be here. So now you want me to pay money, and I'm probably going to let myself down.
Is the
Not going to do
most
it.
most common theme. The most
Yeah,
common theme.
yeah, I knew it, and I also had to then also admit I needed help in a different way than I've ever done before.
Yeah.
This wasn't me. This was me looking for help, but reaching out saying like, help me, not me looking for it. I was asking
Yeah.
for help, which I've never done before.
Okay.
So courageous.
In what
I'm
way
so
though?
brave. What's that?
In what way though?
In what way? What was I asking for help?
Yeah.
Well,
Because we
because
made the offer.
you made the offer, but I had to say yes, help me, and then I had to answer questions and be truthful and post pictures, and like Aaron said, it was the accountability. I always could be like, oh, I'm doing Beachbody today, or like I'm doing keto in my kitchen. Like it's great, and like nobody
Keto
has
in
to
my
know.
kitchen.
Nobody has to know what I'm doing, and like you can hide and do it or not do it, and fail or not fail, and nobody knows, and I can lie and do whatever I want to do, and this was not gonna be that. And after doing the raw, I was like, oh, okay, this is like legit. I have to commit. I believe I have to commit in a way I never committed before. And publicly, I was committing publicly to all these people on your page that I'm here and I'm gonna show up. And
Yeah.
that was the terrifying part.
So
Now it's so much fun.
hold on. I want to get to that. But I want to learn more about where you've come from.
Okay.
Okay. So that, because, you know, this is from my own experience, and this is also from knowing the community. Before you jump in and you actually start to implement life,
Right.
like through these teachings, you
Right.
think that nobody understands you, and you think that you're in an isolated island on your
Oh,
own,
yeah.
and only you're going through it. And you probably think that what we tell you in the TKC about what we experience is probably just like a flashy thing to attract you.
Right.
We're all
To get you to buy something.
yes, but what you don't understand is that we're all in it together.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
talk to me like Brooke 1.0 prior
Oh.
to ES Army, right? She
Yeah.
was great, but now she's better.
Yeah.
Brooke 1.0, like back in the day when you're like, okay, I'm gonna get my shit together. I'm gonna
Yeah.
drop some weight. I'm gonna do this thing. Like, what were some things that you've done prior to like joining the
God.
TKC?
Okay, so I did Weight Watchers. Where, by the way, when you do Weight Watchers, if you shave your legs before you go to the Weight Watchers meeting, you don't actually weigh any less. Because I tried that. Like, I'm gonna shave like I'm shaving like everything. Like I got this, like 0.03 pounds. So I did Weight Watchers, I did keto, I did intermittent fasting. I did every Beachbody, everything, like all their programs. Like I signed up to be a coach so I could get the discount and do all of that. I did like 2 days at the gym. I went and got a nutrition coach at the gym. I've done the cabbage soup diet. I've done that one.
Oh, did your fart smell glorious?
Yeah, there was also the Diet Coke with lemon. If you know about that one.
The diet code. Ooh, it sounds
Yeah, when you
intelligent.
do Diet Coke and like you put lemon in it,
Oh,
it
Diet
makes
Coke.
it like healthy. Come on. Yeah.
Oh my
Like
god.
I'm old enough that I think I've done like everything that there really is. I've done Slim Fast, the bars. Oh, that like all you do is just like shit your pants all day long. That's how you lose weight. That's it. That's how you lose weight.
It's just it's an enema. It's a what are
Colon
those?
cleanse.
Laxative.
Oh, I've done those.
Laxatives?
I went on a laxative bender for like 3 months in the summer. I'm like, I can do that. That'll work. I seriously think I've tried everything. And before you even say it, I'm going to tell you right now, I am literally trying nothing. I'm doing nothing right now.
Freedom, baby.
What? So yeah, I think I really have tried. Oh, counting calories, MyFitnessPal. Oh God, I think I've tried everything.
All those things. Yeah. You've been around the block.
Jenny, a couple times.
Yeah, with Jenny, hanging out with Jenny right there. I get it. So, when you first joined the TKC and you saw the porta potty video, right? Like,
Yeah.
and you had the let's say you had the what if moment.
Yeah.
Like what Brooke 1.0 would have hoped to accomplish through the TKC?
Through within that 5 days?
Or just within the journey that is beyond you clicking that button.
Okay. Well, beyond there, I was looking for the miracle, Like you had the miracle. You had this whole package that was like amazing. And in my brain, part of it was in 5 days, woo, gonna be fixed. They got this. They told me 5 days, I'm gonna lose 36 pounds in 5 days, and I'm gonna have a plan, and I'm gonna know what I'm doing, and they're gonna fix it, and it's gonna be great. And then literally 30 seconds in, I was like, oh shit. Not what I was expecting. Maybe what I secretly and in the back of my brain, which you always hope for, like you always hope it's going to be real and it's going to be authentic and it's going to be something I can do and I understand and I'm not overwhelmed and that you're not a bunch of like supermodel spokespeople who are just like peddling shit, which I thought you guys were. I told you that. I thought you guys were fake.
I think that most people do, to be honest.
You're paid actors.
Which is okay. Yeah,
Erin will actually one day be a paid actress.
I mean, I guess technically, since people are paying for the raw, and I'm on our payroll, I'm a paid actress, I suppose.
Yeah, but I say what I was thinking I was going to get in this free 5 days was that I was going to have mental clarity of what I was going to do. But I've always thought I was going to have that. The Beachbody 21 day fix, when that box showed up, I was going to understand and I was going to be enlightened and have an epiphany and it was going to make sense. So to some degree, I was like, oh shit, why not? It's free. I'll give it a go. Maybe this one will work. I mean, I didn't have crazy expectations other than you were different. You were different. But my expectations did sort of hold true with what I always thought. Like, this is going to be some magic pill. Like, it was free. I'm going to try it. And you were funny. And you seemed like you knew what you were talking about, but I was crossing my fingers.
Yeah, fair.
This is why we're so grateful when people trust us and give us a chance, because, the reality is that, especially with how our society's evolved over the last, 3 to 5 years,
Right.
it is very difficult to immediately trust people who you've never met in person.
Yeah, it's easy to be super cynical. And like I said, I thought you guys were fake and I was going to, click the button and then you guys disappear. And then I get somebody on a phone in like Bangladesh who's going to sell me a product that's going to be shipped to my door. And it's not going to be anybody I can ever talk to again. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be just a box of like, here you go.
I want to ask a question, Sarita. I don't know if you have this in there, but what would your life be like if you didn't have the courage to click the link and show up?
Oh, God. It'd be awful. When I look back at that picture of my first picture and I see my face, and the thing is, when I took that picture and I saved it, that was like the good one. Like when you take like pictures of yourself, you don't save like the worst. And that was the picture. I was like, oh, I look okay in this one. And then I look back at that. I'm like, oh my, she's so sad. I just look so sad. And I think if I had not clicked that button, that I was already like thinking I was here. And I think that I would have crashed and burned hard.
I want to
talk about gaining weight. I mean, myself, I was mentally on this like train of pity. Yeah. That picture on the left, like that's the one I kept.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Was that day one of the Raw? Was that day one of the Raw?
That was like a month and a half before the Raw, where I was like, I'm going to do something. And I honestly was like, I'm going to go back to Beachbody. That was my plan. I was going back to like Sean, like, all right. And Autumn, Sean and Autumn, let's go. And I'm like, because I had my books and I had always been tracking my progress and I was going to start again. I actually, after that picture, I didn't get back on the scale again. Because I was like, I weighed as much in that picture as I did when I was 9 months pregnant with my first kid. And I'm 5'4". Like, that was done. I was done. Mm-hmm. So if that's where I was already and I was thinking I wasn't so bad, it would have been bad. Mm. Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here.
It was all that 500 pounds.
What? So we're going to get to Brooke 2.0 in just a second. You guys, it's always really important to know where is a person coming from, because we completely understand that when we tell you what we tell you, it is hard to believe it because you see what is and you think it always was. But, this is why we bring on real people who've been through these journey. We're like, don't even listen to us if you don't want to. Like, if you just want to come for the entertainment, okay, fine. Listen to these people.
Right.
Because they're real people just like you. What was your relationship with your body like back then?
Oh my God. Okay. So
let's do this. What were, like, when you looked in the mirror, if you can think back, like what were the things that you thought about yourself or said about yourself when you look in the mirror?
It was the same thing every time. I have cellulite and I have stretch marks. And that's all I could see. I would look at the mirror. I would stop at the mirror. I would go to the mirror and I would look every single time. And everywhere I went, people knew I had cellulite, or I wouldn't wear shorts ever. My husband who I married, I'm like, I'm not wearing shorts in front of him, like ever. or bathing suits, or like I live in yoga pants. I wear pants all summer, like all summer long. And so I was obsessed and obsessively looking at it every time I went past the mirror. And then I would be mad at myself and berate myself, and that was my self-worth. My self-worth was I had cellulite and I had stretch marks. Didn't matter that it gave me 5 kids. Didn't matter. That was irrelevant. It didn't matter that I got them in a good way because I got kids. It mattered that I have stretch marks, and that made me an unworthy and very unattractive person. A level 10 out of 10 unattractive, which is part of why I thought my husband didn't deserve me, because why? No, I have cellulite and stretch marks. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve him.
Do you still have cellulite and stretch marks?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference then? Because hold on, this is really important. You just said when you looked in the mirror, what was wrong about you, what made you inferior, what made you unworthy, unlovable was your stretch marks and your cellulite, but you still have them. So why are you now worthy and lovable?
A couple of things. A, I don't care that I have them. Like I don't care at all. And then secondly,
what was the go on.
Listen, my focus has completely switched. That's not my focus anymore. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. My focus is elsewhere.
And are you proud of yourself?
Oh yeah. Heck yeah. Hell yeah.
And would you say that being proud of yourself has a lot to do with why you don't continue to feel the way that you did, even though you still have stretch marks and cellulite?
I have completely changed. I am not that person in that picture at the beginning. Like not that I don't recognize her, but when I look at her, that's not me. Like it's just not. That's not who I am. So no, as you say, it's who you become, and that's what happened. I am not that person anymore. And I think if you put me in that body again, I still would be okay with it. If I have this, looking back, this person in that body would be okay, because this body still isn't perfect, and there's things I want to do, and that doesn't matter. Like from the neck down is almost irrelevant. Bonus.
And do you think that okay, so what we've noticed over time is that when you adopt the mindset and the mental freedom and peace of mind that you have with yourself right now, the actions that you take because of that actually make the physical changes on your body without you having to stress about what do I have to do with my food, or cut calories or carbs or alcohol or sugar in order to change my physical body, because your mind has changed your behaviors, and your behaviors dictate then what happens with your body.
Yes, I no longer I used to think, how can I lose weight? How do I get thin? How do I get rid of the cellulite? What am I getting? It was always, what am I not getting? It was all these things I have to not do.
External.
Yes. And it's gone. I was like, oh, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat that. And my focus is not on what don't I get to do. It's the other way. Like, oh, I can have that and this and that and this. And the focus has completely switched from, how do I fix myself? I'm not trying to fix myself anymore. I was trying to fix being fat, because then that would make me happy. Except for if that was the case, then when I've lost weight the other 400 times, I would have kept it. The problem was still there, which is why I kept gaining the weight back. And so now, instead of that being my focus is now expanded to everything else. What are my goals, and what am I reading, and what kind can I do after school, and how do I go to class, and can I help people? My focus is on so many things that are helping me and that I like and I enjoy and that are benefiting me, that why would I spend time like counting calories and logging things and being so worried about those things which don't serve me at all and get me nowhere? What you focus on expands. Somebody said that once.
You know what I love? I love it when you've been studying our stuff for a long time. You sound like us.
It's amazing.
I open my mouth and you come out. It's like my mom. Like I open my mouth and out comes Sarit.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so
I was gonna say me too, but
so
Yeah.
so you joined us for the TKC in March, and can you
Yeah.
tell us about your path with ENS ever since the TKC? Like, what did you do
Yes.
after the
Yeah.
TKC? What
Yeah.
made you decide to do what you were gonna do? And yeah, let's
All
talk about
right.
that.
Brutal honesty. I did the TKC and I was like, yes. And I was so excited. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's expensive, but I'm going to do it. So I did the TKC and like week 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, I was like,
You mean the
yes,
raw?
the raw.
Team ENS. What?
You mean the raw?
Oh, I mean the raw. No, when I was doing the TK, when I was doing I'm sorry, the raw. When I was doing the first 4 or 5 weeks of the raw, I was like obsessed. Like I had ENS everything, like everywhere. I'm printing out like quotes that you two are saying and golden nuggets. And I jumped in and then I drowned. I drowned myself. I tried to do everything. I know you say don't do that, but I was like, oh, horse shit. They said do like 2 things. I'm doing 6. Like because I'm gonna get done fast.
You're a go-getter, right?
I'm gonna 3x this booch.
But at the same time, I was like, fuck this shit. Like, okay, I got it. Like, I got it. Like, I'm good. Thank you. I did my 4 weeks. And then honestly, like the last 2 or 3, by the time you guys got to food, I was like, oh, I don't need the food. I got that. And I like stepped it
Tank.
down. I like self-sabotaged myself, thought I knew better, bored is not the word. It was like I was like, I'm done. Thanks. And I like putzed around like the last couple weeks. I was like, okay, bye.
Did you do VIP or did you do online only?
No,
you did the
VIP.
online.
Suri, what do we even know? We don't know. What do we even know? Why would anybody actually take what we have to say and follow it through? They know better. They know what they need to do, and that is why they joined the raw. You guys, listen, you can do what you think that you need to do for free. You don't need to pay us to not follow our instructions. You don't need to pay us to not follow our instructions. So if you're joining the raw, like take it to heart. We know.
I know. I think also part of it was I wasn't losing like 11 billion pounds. So I was like, oh, this is bullshit. It doesn't work. I lost like 4 pounds the first time. I was like,
Did you do the online? Did you do online only or the VIP?
I did online only.
Yeah.
How come? How come you did the online only?
Because I didn't want to pay you. I didn't want to pay you more money.
It's cheaper.
Got it.
That's why.
Knowing what you know now, what would you have done? Would you have stayed online only or VIP?
No,
or
I would have done VIP.
Call you out.
I came back and did raw again a second time because I'm like, you're an idiot. You effed up the first time.
Hey, but was it still worth it?
Oh my God. Yeah, it was. Yes. So I tanked myself the first time. I wasn't losing weight as fast as I wanted to. I got pissed off. And then in between the 2 raws, I gained back like 6 pounds.
Okay, but it was still worth it?
Oh my God. It was so worth it that I signed up for a second one. And I was like, dude, commit, Brooke. Like, commit.
But why was it worth it? Why was it worth it?
For the raw?
Yeah.
Because I
even though you tanked it, why was it worth it?
Because I realized I tanked myself. I realized I could, and I was like, you know what? I need to go back. I need to do this again. I need to slow down. I need to stop. I need to focus. I need to stop thinking that I know everything. And my focus the second time was not on losing weight at all. My first time through, I was like, woo, I'm going to lose 30 pounds. And this is going to be great. And then I wasn't losing weight. And I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm done. This is not
like you know, the first raw was your first semester. You had to pay for your first semester. Then you had to pay for the second semester. It doesn't mean the first semester was a waste. You guys
No, I have my papers. I kept everything. It's on my fridge. It's in my closet. But I tanked myself. It wasn't you guys. It was myself. And I think, I know now. it was starting to work.
Ah,
But it was because it was this, and that
uh-huh.
was uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
wanted you to give me a diet plan and tell me what to eat and how to count my food, and thank you very much. I'm done. And it wasn't that at all. And I was like, I am not enjoying the uncomfortableness of what you are saying. And so I'm going to peace out and bye-bye. And then I
Yeah.
left. I was like, oh shit. Still here with myself. Maybe I should go back.
Turns out, I'm with me every day.
I'm still here. I should go back now. And so the second time through, it was not, I did not do it with like the woo, like I'm going to post and like make it fluffy, like fun posting. It was like, no, girl, like listen to what they're saying. And for me, it did take till the second time through where I got it. I got it. It took me twice, but I got it. The first time gave me a great foundation. But because I tanked myself, I had to go back.
I love this because you're not typing anything, by the way.
Oh,
I love this because you have experienced what 99% of all people have experienced before joining the Raw. And there have been also several people who have felt like they didn't do their best during the first round of the Raw. If you are watching this live, by the way, there's like 90 people watching this, which is super cool. Brooke is
Telling
awesome.
them.
this is day 5 of the TKC. Goodbye.
You along with many other people. Oh, if you have done a round of the Raw, which is our 8-week transformation program. If you guys are confused, if anybody's confused what we're talking about, if you've done that and you are watching this live and you feel like you did not make you as good of use of the first one as you could have, but you joined another round, can you please can we see you guys in the chat? Because this is super important. One of the reasons why people do not enroll, whether it's our program or a different program or whatever it is, that, obviously we want to enroll people because it's absolutely transformative. But no matter what somebody does, if you don't, what was the quote that I said the other day in the TKC was, doubt will kill more dreams than failure ever will. You can't be afraid to fail because failure is not optional. It is not, it is part of the success process. It's part of the ingredients, like a chocolate cake. You can't make I'm actually not a chef or a baker, but I don't think you can make a chocolate cake without some kind of flour. And it's like failure is part of literally the ingredients. And if you try to eliminate it, your final product will not be the same. You have to accept that failure is in the bullet points of necessary ingredients.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you're like, oh, shoot, well, I guess it's and guess what? For one, nobody's immune to failure. For two, nobody has lived their life without some kind of failure. So it's already happened to you and you're still alive. You didn't die. So it's not the end of the world. But one of the reasons why most people don't take action, how they know that they need to take action because it is their opportunity to succeed, they don't because they're afraid they'll fail, which is crazy because when you jump in, and you say, when I fail, because you will, when I fail, I need to make sure I learn from it, which is exactly what you did. You were like,
Right.
yeah, I failed. Okay, cool. I learned, it was Albert Einstein. It was like, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I learned.
Thomas Edison.
Oh, it was Thomas Edison, the light bulb. He's like, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I learned this many ways to not do it.
I teach science, and I tell my kids that quote all the time when we're doing experiments. I tell them, please fail. And then when they fail, I share it with everybody so we all know how to do it wrong. But that didn't apply to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I don't want to fail, but I was failing monumentally.
I'll tell you guys, like,
The ultimate failure is continuing to not try.
And Brooke, I would love to know your thoughts. Like when you go into like when you start to like really commit yourself to this journey,
Mhm.
the first part is understanding that you've been literally running on the wrong habits the whole time. I will tell you that most of the people who do the raw the first time end up doing exactly the same thing as you because you are not even aware of how you're operating in this wrong way. So your mode of operation is going to be like, oh, yeah, like I'm going to just do my thing. You're not being coachable, is the reality of it. You don't know how to be coachable. And by the end of the raw, you're like, oh, I learned everything that I shouldn't do. So let me repeat it.
And
Right.
then not do those things.
Yeah. No, that's
That's
exactly
growth.
right. I was coming at it, which I think a lot of people do, with what are you going to give me that's going to fix it? Because that's what everybody else does. Give me a program or a diet or an exercise protocol, or you're giving me something that I'm just gonna do and that's gonna fix it. And that's what I was waiting for. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one day where Sarit yelled at me. I'll never forget it. You yelled at me because
I did.
I said something about like a food log or a plan, and you're like, I'm not giving that to you. And you called me out, and I was like, oh, okay. Sorry, I asked. So
You
I
guys, because what we want to do is we want to teach you freedom.
yes, that's that.
And
But what
I
I was
was
looking for was you to give it to me, and it wasn't until I finished the first raw and started the second that I realized, even though you say it, like it was me. The whole time it was me and what I thought and how I spoke and what I did and the choices I made and how I acted. And once I started looking at all these little things that you were throwing at me, it was like, holy shit. Like I started losing weight and I wasn't even trying because I was like, oh, I have goals and I went back to school and I'm gonna do this. And I started like taking things for myself and giving myself things. And that just slowly started to like fix everything and put it back together where I wasn't focused on what I was losing or my weight. It was no, it was all these little pieces like coming together and it just magically fixed it because it fixed me. That was the problem. The problem wasn't me having too much weight. The problem was I was broken's not the right word, but I was messed up in how I was looking at things and I was so focused on one thing that I had blinders on to anything else. And it was all this stuff that was the problem and not the one thing I kept looking at.
yeah, you needed an upgrade, just like the motherboard that we talked about the other
An
day.
upgrade.
Yeah, you needed an upgrade.
I did.
You know.
Somebody just said how I describe what we do, which is life coaching with a heavy emphasis on weight loss.
I came to you guys for weight loss. That's not what I got.
Well, you did,
It was a byproduct. I came to lose the weight.
but it was a byproduct.
It was a complete byproduct.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like a little side dish.
It was like, yeah. It was like the bonus upgrade on an airplane. Like, first class.
Okay, so let's talk about all these
First class.
byproducts that you've gained in the process. What did you accomplish since you joined the Raw after you've done the TKC, and how is life different now?
Oh, God. Okay, well, y'all buckle in because I got a list. All right.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
I've been saying forever that I wanted to do something in health and fitness, but I never did it because in my brain, I had to look a certain way to do it. So part of me is kicking myself in the ass because I wasted so much time not doing what I wanted to do because I thought I didn't deserve it. And I thought people would look down on me and think, why is she doing that? So I went back to school over the summer and I added degrees and certifications to myself that I have been saying I wanted to do for 10 years. So I did that. And I asked my principal, because I'm a teacher, about creating some classes for high school kids on health and nutrition and wellness. So I'm also going back to college school to add to my teaching certification. I Was already teaching spin class, but now I'm teaching spin class like 4, 5, 6, 8 times a month, where my first goal was I'm going to do it twice a month. And now I'm like, oh shit, like every day, let's go. I'll teach it every day. I've done things like that. I have worn shorts in public.
She said,
In public. Like, that's such a big thing. I don't think you understand. I bought shorts this summer. I'm 49. Like,
Well, you're 49. I thought you were 47.
girl, I'm 49.
Would you guys think that
would you think Brooke
Brooke is 49?
49.
How old would you think Brooke is by her physical appearance and by her attitude? Two separate numbers.
I'm like a 12-year-old boy. I teach middle school.
This is why you fit in here so well.
No. And then on top of it, I wanted to lose 20 pounds and I've lost like 38 without trying. Like, without trying.
Listen to this.
Say it again.
I had to update Danny on my new numbers, and I triple measured it because I was like, oh, horse shit, that is not right. And I told her, I'm like, Danny, I'll send you the tape measure. I lost like 4 inches off my hips in like 6 weeks.
You can see it, dude, in the picture.
It's insane. Not that I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm trying to do all the fun, healthy things that I just love doing. And that's like a bonus.
That you now love doing. Because apparently if you loved them before, you would have been doing them.
No, I felt like I was punishing myself before for doing it.
Weird. That's part of that 500 pounds.
Yeah, eating healthy was a punishment because I couldn't have the foods that I wanted, which meant that these were punishment foods because I was fat. So eat broccoli and chicken.
Oh man, isn't it incredible? You can look at the same exact food and think 2 completely different ways about it, and it has 2 completely different outcomes.
Yes. Drinking water, punishment because you're fat. Drink water.
Versus
I like to drink water because I'm thirsty.
Wow, imagine that.
I'm going to write a book, just so you know.
Okay, great.
I drink water because I'm thirsty.
I love it.
That's the title.
Okay, so I actually asked you to bring in your 6. What did you write for your 6 months goal? So you did your first raw in March. So
right.
We would be just right around the 6-month mark.
Yeah.
What did Brooke 1.0 write back then? And let's talk about what you've accomplished.
I wanted to teach spin class without losing my breath on like the talking and the cardio, because I would have to stop talking when I was teaching because I couldn't breathe. So that was the first one. And then related to that was I wanted to teach more often. I didn't want to be saying no. I wanted to be able to teach like Sunday, Monday, teach back-to-back classes. So that was what I had for the health and fitness ones. And then under personal, I said I was going to go out with friends for non-work activities because being a mom of 5 and then being divorced as a single mom of 5, going out socially for fun like did not exist. I just didn't have time. It was me with the kids. And I also said I would talk to the owner of the gym about doing something with her and maybe co-owning or taking over or doing something with the gym. So that was the personal. And then the aesthetics was I would wear shorts in public and not be consumed with worry. And then I said I would lose 20 pounds.
Okay. And what have you accomplished since?
Go through each one of those again.
Okay.
What you said and what we've done.
Yeah. So I said I would teach spin class without losing my breath. Well, I currently teach spin class and I sing. Like, I'm so
Danny back there.
My own karaoke show. and I do, and at home I sing I sing when I'm spinning now. So I'm over the not being able to talk.
So they should pay a premium.
They really should. I
for
keep joking
the
I'm
concert.
getting a microphone. I'm going to pass it around and do like karaoke because I would do that. I would totally do that. I teach. I'm not the official spin teacher. I just fill in because it works for my schedule to not commit. So I'm doing it 4 to 6 times a month, and I said twice. I didn't talk to Patty about owning the gym because as I worked through my goals, I realized me owning the gym isn't quite a goal. I don't want to commit to it. I said I wanted to do it, and then it sounded good, and then I've been saying it for so long that I couldn't not say it. Everybody knew I wanted to own a gym. I can't back away from it. Oh, yes, I can. I can say no.
It was no longer like,
I don't want to own the gym anymore. I don't want to put in the work. I don't want to own it. I want to go in, hang out, socialize, and go home. So that's where I'm at. Going out with friends, not for work, still hasn't happened. I've gone out.
But you're going to ES Live?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. You're going out on vacation.
I'm so excited.
Non-work.
Yeah. What?
Non-work. You're going to shift 5, baby.
Yeah. And that one is always going to be a goal, and that's just my life. It's just life. It just is. And I'm okay with it. I've actually sort of tweaked that one a little bit to where I just am trying to be more engaged with my people at work about their personal lives and not work stuff. Like, how's your life? Like, not how is this obnoxious student that's making us all crazy? Just how are your actual kids? Sort of switching that conversation. I've worn shorts in public, and my husband bought me bike shorts. I'm not going to say what I want to say about the bike shorts, if you know.
If you're in the inner circle and you were there on that call, though,
I was there.
So anyway, I've worn shorts in public like maybe 5 or 6 times now because
why not? You're free.
As I said, I wore them in public and lightning did not strike me. Nobody burst into flames looking at me. Like nobody cared. So I've done that one. And I said I was going to lose 20 pounds in 6 months, which seemed like a very lofty goal. And I'm at like 37, 36, something ridiculous like that. Like ridiculous.
So good.
Yeah. So what would you recommend right now, knowing what you've been through?
So I would say,
what would you recommend to somebody who's on the TKC and they either don't know what to do next, they're on the fence, or they want you to tell them what is the secret?
So I would say it's a couple of things. One, I believe your instinct. My instinct was do this and click. And yes, I was expecting to get nothing, but also there's a very definite vibe that's nothing else because nobody else has the Facebook groups and the pages where you get to go see it ahead of time. Like, you know what you're getting. It's not a joke. What you see on the Facebook page is what it is. That's it. There's no like secret, like part 2. So if you like how it's going, that's it. But that you're getting what you see. So believe it. That's my first thing because I didn't believe it. The second thing is you have to jump in and not jump in on your own terms, which is what I did.
Wow.
You have to
say it again. Say it again.
Don't jump in on your terms. You have to jump in on the ES terms.
Now, AKA yesterday.
And then with that, you have to show up and do it. And I was half-assed showing up for myself. I was like writing things down and I was doing it because it was like the fake homework in school where you just like write something down quickly because as soon as it got uncomfortable in my head, I would shut it off. Like, that was enough of that one.
But even if you do it half-ass, still do it.
100%. But I'm saying to get the most out of it, if I could go back and not stop myself and let myself feel those things and think the thoughts and make the steps, I would have been so much better off.
So what you're saying is, if you want to succeed fully in one round, you show up all the way. If you want it, if you're okay with it, maybe taking more rounds, like you can't be afraid to fail, to show up halfway.
And I wouldn't even say I don't know if I would even say I failed because I learned.
Yeah.
Yes.
I learned. And I learned, and I trusted enough to come back. Like, I trusted myself enough. You guys were solid. I had to trust myself that, yes, it was
What would
working.
you tell what would you tell someone who is thinking that right now might not be a good time because they don't trust themselves?
Oh, fuck off. Yes, it is.
And there you have it. That's the end of the show. No, and
No,
and okay.
that's how somebody needed to talk to me. Like you called me out, Sari. You were like, and you said bullshit. I was like, oh, bullshit. You have
But
to
who's
call
done
your
that?
own, sometimes you have to call your own bullshit.
The reason this works though is because nobody's done that for you yet.
No, nobody called me on everything. I was like, oh, you lost a couple pounds, and not like, oh, you gained it back. Like, yeah.
Sarit's like, scale don't lie.
Yeah, don't lie. No, nobody ever called me out on it or taught me how to call myself out. Nobody ever taught me how to call myself out.
Yeah.
Ever. This is not about you. You didn't give me anything. You did, but you didn't. You didn't hand me anything but tools, and I had to take them and call myself out and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And magically, you're right. You're right. You are the problem. You are the solution.
So let me ask you this. What would you say to someone who thinks that they need to take more time to be ready to join the Raw?
No. There is yesterday's TKC call freaked me out, and I hate that call. I hate when you talk about time and how much time you have left. Do the math.
You just start
you give
time.
me a heart attack and a panic attack on that. I don't have time. I don't have time. That's the one thing I do not have. There isn't. I don't.
And when you
49 and if you flip your perspective on that, you don't have time.
And you're not saying you don't have time, like you don't have time to take care of yourself. You're saying you don't have time to not take care of yourself.
You don't have time to not. That clock is ticking and you're not stopping it.
No.
So why are you waiting? Like, why are you waiting? If I could go back 10 years and find you guys 10 years ago, my whole life would be completely different. And I can't get that time back, but I damn well can fix the time going forward.
Come on.
And make sure I have more of it. And it's so much better. My life now, so much better. Why? I wasted so much time.
The Raw is like paying for more time because
it makes me sad. It makes me so sad that I wasted this much time on something that was so, honest to God, irrelevant. Nobody gives a rat's ass what the scale said in my life, but it ruined my life for 20 years because that was my only focus. And I lost it.
You can renew money and you can renew energy. You cannot renew time, but you can buy yourself more of it by using your energy and your money.
And I'm so excited. I am so excited for what I'm doing and where I'm going and the goals I have. And it's completely different. So me thinking, oh, I don't have time, I don't have money. Well, I'm spending the money anyway. And the time is going to happen anyway. They're both going to happen anyway. I might as well choose something that's going to make the rest of what I have better. So now I've got better use of my time and better use of my money and a better me completely.
And not only that, let's talk about all of the kids you're inspiring by what they have seen you do and the example they are watching you live. You guys, this is more like women, especially moms, get so wrapped up in this thought that it is selfish for me to spend money on me, not considering how that is an investment in the family, in the people that you're surrounded with, in the people that watch you and are inspired by you, by the transformation you're making, by the person, by the happier, healthier, more energized, better to be around person that you're becoming is a gift to the people that you love.
Yes. My oldest daughter comes home every day and tells me about the workout she did at the gym. And my younger son, who's 13, he wanted me to he calls you guys the girls. He's like, can you put the food chart on the wall for the girls with the red, yellow, green? And then there's the mark off. And he's 13.
That's
and he's
awesome.
like, I'm gonna do that and check that off. He's a 13-year-old boy who's supposed to be eating pizza and like Mountain Dew.
That's so
like,
cool, man.
More arugula. I'm like, okay, sure. some arugula, like he's like, can we get some more fresh pineapples and some mangoes? And like, they will buy into it hook, line, and sinker.
Man, that is so cool. Imagine if your kids did that, moms. Like, imagine if your teenagers were like, can you get some more arugula? I'm jonesing for some fruit and some vegetables.
Yeah. And even my students in school, because they've known me I teach 7th grade and 12th grade. So when they see my change, they're like, oh. The one girl was like, Miss D. I'm like, yeah, she goes, you looking good. I'm like,
Miss D.
Thanks. Thank you.
Miss D as in dog or B as in Brooke?
No, D. They call me Miss D for my last name.
Miss D. What did you call your teachers? By their first name?
Oh, D for
yeah, no, Miss D.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
So yeah, it's awesome.
So listen, for anybody who's watching this live, the enrollment for the Raw Transformation closes in less than 48 hours. And please don't take it from us. Take it from Brooke and real people like Brooke. And I see you guys in the chat. You guys are fabulous.
Lighting it up.
I'm kind of bummed I can't see the chat.
You can't. Let me put some of these in here.
It's okay. Hi, everyone.
Brooke, do you just one more thing for anybody who wants to take a look at the page, simply click the link that's below this video.
I've also put it in the chat.
And Erin dropped it in the chat. Any last words of wisdom for anybody who's been trying everything, who just, wants to feel better about themselves and wants to just lose the weight, damn it.
Yeah, lose the weight, damn it. So here, my words of inspiration are, you don't think you can do it because you don't know how. That was my thing. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to make myself a better person. I was supposed to lose the weight and then be a better person. I needed to be a better person. And then I could lose the weight.
Yeah.
And do it. What do you have to lose? Like, what do you have to lose? $400? Okay.
It'll come back eventually.
It will.
And as long as you take the failures as lessons, you can't go
wrong. You can't go wrong.
You are the problem and you are the solution.
Wow, look at that.
It's true.
Professor D. Hey, thank you for, taking your time to, just be you. Your energy is fire. And, you guys, if we ever sound like we're too persistent, if we ever sound like we're too much, you know what? We're too fucking much because
we care.
We are compelled that this is what you need. And I tell you, like, towards the end of every TKC, I get so emotional. Like, in two ways. For one, for the ones who made the commitment, I'm so thrilled for you. But so many of you guys are standing in your way so hard that you're so blind you can't even see how blind you are. Please.
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. And when I say you don't even understand what I mean, Brooke, I guarantee you that you didn't even know what I meant when I said it the first time.
No, I had no idea.
Because you weren't ready to receive yet. And so many of you guys, you're like, I want it, but you're not. But you need to show to yourself that you're ready to receive. Like, let the power of the army carry you. Trust me, if you do that, everything will take care of itself. Simple. Yeah. Do you agree?
I agree. I agree.
You're awesome. Thank you for being who you are. I'm looking forward to giving you a real big hug in just 15 days. Wow.
Yeah.
The countdown.
Are you going to wear shorts? It's shorts weather here.
We'll discuss. I'll pack them. How's that?
You should know that. You should know around this community.
I know, but that's still.
It's still new, still fresh.
I'm gonna pack them.
It's like you started riding the bike, but the training wheels are still.
All her ABs are on the call. I already know what's gonna happen.
Team shorts.
Team shorts. Yes. we're going to get shorts made. Oh, Amy G, team shorts.
Team shorts. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Oh, God, you bullies. All right.
So good.
I
All
love
right,
it.
Brooke, we love you so much. And
Okay.
thank you for just
You're welcome.
showing up, from learning from your failures to showing people that it can be done no matter how many things you've tried, no matter how dark of a place you're in, and no matter how ready you don't feel, it can be done. And this is, I just hope this has given people hope, whether they do the raw program or not. Like, I really just hope that people will listen to this and believe in themselves and take some kind of action towards becoming the version of themselves that lives in the body that they're looking to achieve, so that their actions will begin to align with what that person does.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your inspiration.
You're welcome.
And thank you guys for showing up today. And if you are listening to this on podcast or watching this on YouTube, check out the show notes or the description to learn more about the Raw Transformation Program. You guys are fabulous. ES Army strong. It's Flex Friday, yo. Go have yourself an amazing weekend and flex hard.
See you guys.